I'm just going to go out and say it. Smell is the most powerful of your 5 senses. It's the hidden superpower that you've never trained. I want you to imagine walking on a sidewalk and someone walks by you and you get a whiff of their cologne, and it turns out it's Old Spice, but like the original Old Spice that your grandfather used to wear. Now grandfather's passed away, but you smell that and it instantly evokes this feeling of your grandfather, and it reminds you of the time that your grandfather took you to the baseball game and you spent all day there, and then you got that popcorn, and then you got home and it was like the greatest day ever. You get those feelings, those emotions all tied to your grandfather and those memories just from that single whiff of smell. You don't even realize that all those emotions and memories came back to you. It just happened instantly. No other sense does that, of any of them. The reason is smell is your brain's secret shortcut. It bypasses logic, it cuts through distractions, and it speaks directly to your emotion, memory, and your decision making. Yet most people completely ignore this and they just let it all passively happen. They let the smell come to them instead of intentionally smelling things. You optimize your workouts, we lift weights, we run, you optimize your diets, you optimize your productivity, but you never think about training your sense of smell. And this is a big mistake, because once you understand the power of scent, you can use it to sharpen your focus, to improve your memory, to get better grades on tests, to reduce your stress. If you're having a panic attack, you can rewire your brain for success. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. So why is smell the most powerful of your 5 senses? Well, your sense of smell is the only one that has a direct link to your brain's emotional and memory centers. So sight, sound, touch, and taste all have a long way to go, getting processed through multiple different layers of the brain before they reach your consciousness. But smell, it's almost instant. And the way it works is because when you inhale a scent, those odor molecules travel up into your nose, straight to the olfactory bulb, which then processes them and sends them to the amygdala, which is your brain's emotion center, and your hippocampus, which is where your memory is stored. And this is in your limbic system. All the other senses will go through the thalamus, which is kind of like a brain's relay station. So all of them have to stop and they have to, get their tires checked, where smell gets to go straight ahead. And so obviously it's going to arrive first. And this is why just a single whiff of something familiar can make you really feel something so quickly before you even know why you're feeling it. Also, why scent is such a powerful tool for conditioning habits. You rewire your brain and you can actually control emotional states. Because if you can trigger a state of focus, relaxation, or confidence on demand just by sniffing some specific certain scent, instantly, then it's like a program. If you go into your computer and you just click a button and boom, all of a sudden your focus is like turning on the light, turning off the light. You have a cheat code for mental and emotional control. You are now in control, and science actually backs this up. They've done a whole bunch of studies on individual specific types of scents that can improve cognition, alertness, stress relaxation, like rosemary, for instance, improves cognitive performance, emotional memory recall. Peppermint is a known one to increase alertness and mental clarity. Lavender, obviously, is a big one with relaxation and stress reduction. And I'll show you some detailed studies that go into this in a later video when we get into the details. But the problem is we've got this research, it's been done, but nobody ever talks about it. Most of us have never trained our brains. We just ignore scent. But in doing so, we've lost access to one of our most powerful mental tools. And that's why I call scent the forgotten sense. It's essentially the sense that we've become numb to. And if you think about 100, 200, 300 years ago, life was filled with natural smells. I mean, you had to go out and you had to chop your wood, cut lumber, so you're smelling that fresh wood. You go out and you smell wildflowers and you actually put them to your nose, right? That's essentially scrolling on TikTok. Instead, you're smelling flowers. You had to make a campfire, so you're smelling an open fire. You had the open outdoor airs. Now, what do we have? We're surrounded by synthetic fragrances, air-conditioned spaces, chemically engineered clean environments The foods we eat are packed with artificial flavoring, so even they are overriding our natural sense of smell. We live in a world that is designed to minimize scent, and so our brains are starting to adapt to tune it out. And so the result of this is we're beginning to lose one of our greatest tools for memory, focus, and emotional control. But it's okay, because we can get it back. I'm going to show you how. We're going to reprogram our brain using scent. Think about it. If you can train your brain to associate a specific smell with a specific mindset, so focus, relaxation, energy, motivation, that would be incredible, right? Well, it's not just possible, it's proven. Here's how you can do it. The first step you're going to do is you're going to choose an anchor scent. So you're going to pick up a specific scent that you want, and it can be any scent. It doesn't have to be one of the ones that are scientifically proven. You can literally do this with any scent. So if you have an old book that you love because it reminds you of a Gothic library in Yale, then you can use that scent of the book. Or if you have a specific cologne and you want to feel confident because you used to wear it and this one time you got this really good date and the girl said you smell good, you can use that, right? You can choose a scent for a specific mental state. So say you want to be focused and you choose peppermint. Use it when you're studying or working. Always smell peppermint every single time you do it. Calm, when you're unwinding a meditation, you can use lavender. Energy, citrus. Vanilla, when you're trying to feel more warm and grounded and relaxed. The second step you do is you pair it with a habit. So every time you need to focus, you smell peppermint before, during, or even after. Every night before bed, when you need to relax, you smell lavender. Tie it to a specific habit, something that you're going to do, not just the mindset, but an action. And what happens is over time, your brain will start linking the scent to that mental state. So it'll make it a lot easier to shift into that mode on demand. And this is called olfactory conditioning. It's the same way athletes will use music to pump them up, or the same way a certain song can trigger a really good emotion, like when you had that one summer song back in 2012 when you were on that road trip, like that song, you played it over and over and over again. Now every time you hear it, you remember that road trip. Well, it's the same thing, but except scent is even more powerful because scent is directly wired to those specific regions of your brain and essentially wired to your brain's habit loops. And so it makes behavioral change automatic. So instead of you having to think about it, it just happens like that. So it doesn't just trigger our emotions, it rewires your brain. When you repeatedly associate a scent with a mental state, your brain strengthens those neural pathways. Imagine you're in a forest and you're walking on a trail. If you keep walking that trail, over time, the leaves are going to get matted down and eventually you're going to walk through them and that trail is going to get nice and clear and you're going to be able to walk it really easily. That's the same thing that happens with our neural pathways. Over time, the more you use it, the more easier it is to use. Simply smelling a scent, if you use it enough, will trigger the exact same mental state and physiological response without effort. And you can use it also to reprogram negative associations. So just like walking on a path over time will make it more worn, if you stop walking a path over time, it'll overgrow. So if you're walking on a path and you come to a fork in the road, one that hasn't been walked as much and is overgrown and one that has, you'll naturally take the one that has been used more. And so you can stop using and create new trails if you want to change old habits or bad habits. So if you want better focus, if you anchor a specific scent with focus, then you'll associate that focus trail. Or if you want more motivation and you anchor an energizing scent, then you can create a new trail. It's really cool. If you hate waking up early, start associating a scent that you love, that you feel fresh, like a morning dew scent or like a citrus scent, with your morning routine. That way you wake up and you smell the morning and you're excited to get up, right? Instead of waking up next to trash. Or if you struggle with stress, use lavender. Use something that you enjoy because your brain will adapt and soon you won't need willpower. You just need a scent. And the choice is you can either keep ignoring scent or you can start using it. And especially for men, because for some reason, scent out of all of our senses is associated with women. You know, women they're more in tune with senses, and men, oh, we don't want to be smelly, we just want to be manly. But that's so not true. And especially men, don't ignore this, because if you keep living the way you are, you're letting your environment control your emotion, memory, and focus without you even realizing it. But you can start using scent to your advantage. You can train your brain to associate a specific smell with a specific state, whatever state that is, and you can take control of your mental performance. So it's not just background noise, it's not just background smells, it's a tool that nobody's ever taught you to use. But now you know the secret. Now you can use it. So don't waste this. Know that this is just the beginning. In future videos, I'm going to dive into way more detail. I'm going to give you my actual sense framework where I outline this. It's a 5-step program. It's really simple to follow. But in the next video that you're going to see right after this, I'm going to show you how screens are destroying your focus and how you can fix that. So if you're ready to start mastering your senses, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and start paying attention purposely to the smells that are shaping your life. Cheers.